How's it going, everybody? I'm on a mission today, and what I'm trying to figure out is I have the Simplex Ultra, I have the Score, Triple Score, and I also have the Legend. These are basically the top 3-tier detectors in their range, right? So I have the Simplex. That's the simplest detector you can buy besides the Find X, which you get on Amazon. I got the Simplex, and so I got the top tier of the Simplex Ultra. I also have the Score. I got the top tier of the Score, which is the triple, and I also have the Legend, which is their flagship detector. And so what I want to do is I want to test these three machines, and not necessarily to see which one's better, but I want to see how it acts on silver, how each three of these detectors act with silver. So I have a silver dime, and I have a silver quarter, and I have a silver $half, and I've got them in the ground at 6 inches depth. So I'm going to take all three of these detectors and I'm going to test them, the detector, of how well it picks up that coin at 6 inches deep. We're going to compare them one to the other. I've had listeners and people that watch the channel say, hey, can you compare the machines to see how well they pick up coins at depth? Certain coin, certain detector. So I'm going to try all three machines, and so that way you can see it, okay? And because we have people that ask the question, which one should I buy, Stephen? Which one is worth buying? And to be honest, well, let's just let the test let you see what happens. I'll bury this silver quarter, 36 quarter, right there at 6 inches. I'm going to bury this silver 1957 silver rosy right there at 6 inches. And I have this right here to verify, 6 inches deep. And the last one, I'm going to bury this walking $half right here. Silver, of course, 1943. I'm going to bury it right there. And I have verified with the Score in all metal mode that there was no targets underneath there. So no iron or nothing. So it should be a pretty good control test. Alright, so got all three of them in the ground now. And I'm going to max out my sensitivity because I mean, this thing's quiet, right? It's really quiet. I've detected up here 100,000 times, so there's nothing in the ground up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a good ground balance on the Simplex Ultra. It's done. I'll do it again. There it is. I mean, you're going to hear a few pops and clicks and things. I have this baby where it is not in all metal mode. And I want it in all metal mode. I want it in, I don't like all metal mode. I mean, I do, but I want my 99 tones. And I am discriminating out, you know, up to like aluminum foil because it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to discriminate that out. I've got my sensitivity. Let's pull it down to 28. And then let's just go at it, y'all. Again, this thing runs on 15 kilohertz. So here we go. So this right here is the quarter. Jumpy a little bit. Again, that's 6 inches down. Let me move it at a different angle here. And it's showing up in the 80s and 90s. I'm digging that target. If I were you, I'd dig it. So that's your Simplex on the quarter. So here, right here is the dime. It's in this region here. Oh, there it is. Kind of go around here. So it picks it up better about right there. Mid 70s. Even see a 80 in there, but mid 70s. So that's your dime, and that's at 6 inches down. All right, so for this last target right here, this is the silver $half. Put it right there. So here we go. Showing 70s, 80s. Maybe a hair bit of iron in there, maybe, but it's trying to stay up there in them higher numbers. Listen to that. And you getting that? You're going to dig that target. So there you go. That's at 6 inches down, and that is with the Simplex Ultra. This is the Triple Score, and I have it set up in field mode, and I'm actually going to give it a good ground balance. Pretty good spot right there. So right now I've got it in taking out all the ferrous. So we're going to go ahead and ground balance this baby. We're going to do iron discrimination in ferrous. So we're going to take out all the ferrous just like we did with the Simplex. All right. So here's the quarter. We're going to go back over to the quarter again. M2. Let's do this. 47, 46, 50. That's not bad. I'm going to flip it over though to 4 kilohertz. 4 kilohertz loves silver, by the way. Look at that, 52, 55, 56. And then other ones here, we got 15, which is the same as the Simplex. It's getting it every time, 20. Pretty consistent. And back to M1. Alright, so let's go over here to the dime. I have it on M2 now. Going over the dime. Still picking up 43, 42, 44. A little higher over there, 46. And then also we move it over here to 4 kilohertz. Oh yeah, all day. I dig it all day long. I dig that. All day long. 4, 15. And then also 20. Oh yeah, sounds great. Here is with the score on the last target here, the $half. Look at that. All day. Mid 50s, upper 50s. Man, it's still a high target, 43, 46. But most definitely right there, man alive. That sounds so good. Let's also run this thing in M3. So I'm gonna move it over to M3. Still sounds the same. And also let's put it over in 4 kilohertz. Beautiful. Let's go 15 kilohertz. And also 20 kilohertz. That's pretty good. I'll even do M1 real quick. You want to see M1? 6 inches down. That's pretty good on that little coil right there. So here's the legend, and for the last one, this is the last test I'm going to do, is I put it in park mode, and I got it in M2 right now. I got the max sensitivity is 25. I put it in 23. And I also have already fixed all the ground balance, noise cancel, all that stuff. So we'll come right over here to our first target, which is right here. Good deal. 45. Wait, you know what? Hang on. Y'all wanting to see all these other frequencies, so hang on just a minute. There's M3. Ground's still good and wet, so it picks up really well. Here's 4. I think I got it in one tone right now. Here's 10. Here is 20. I'm sorry, 15. Yeah. And here is 20. Yeah, here, that was 15. Here's 20. And here's 40, because it goes up to 40 on this one. So there you go. And I'm going to scoot back over here. I don't have to test M1, M2. I mean, I can, but I just got an M2. I like M1, M2 regardless. So we're going to move over here to the dime. All right, back over here to the dime now. Right there. 50, 46. And also for the 4. Beautiful. 10, 15, 20, it's funny how sometimes it don't pick it up. when you turn on something. That's why it's always good to go back over the same property you've detected at and go a different way, walk a different way, pick up more things. A little lower in number in the 40s, but it still gets it though. All right, we're gonna go over this target. Sounds so good right there, M2. Sometimes it's one way, look here. But it's showing 60. Now look here. Now that coin's laying flat. Now just look. Everything's showing non-ferrous, which shows a good target, and everything's showing up at around 40, 48, 46, 51, 53. I mean, you're gonna dig at it anyway, regardless. So let's slide it over now into M3. Just do a quick 46. Here's 4 kilohertz, which loves silver. 56. Listen to that. Listen to the pinpoint. Oh yeah. That's good there. All right, let's go over to here is 10 kilohertz. That's 10. Here's 15. There's 20. And here's 40. Absolutely no problem at all. So my test is complete, and what do we figure out? Well, the Simplex Ultra, great detector, great detector. It has different tones than the Legend and also the Triple Score. It has that sound. So I mean, some people don't like that squawky, quacking sound. So some people's gonna be like, no, I'm not buying one of those. But let's just talk about performance of how well it does. I don't think there's much difference with detecting for relics and coins in yards. There's not a whole lot of difference between the Simplex Ultra and the Legend and the Triple Score. You may say different, and we all have opinions. But for performance itself, of how well it performs, the Simplex Ultra is a great relic and coin metal detector, and it's actually good on beaches as long as you're not in the wet sand. Now it'll work in the wet sand, but you have to do a lot of changes to the settings to get those things right. Dry sand, it'll perform really, really well. But relic hunting, coin hunting, if that's what you want to do, Simplex Ultra will do that for you. Now I want you to notice another thing. I put all the same type coils on all 3 of these detectors. I put a 5.5 by 9 coil or 9.5 by 5 coil on all 3 of these machines. That is going to limit its depth, right? If you don't know that, the rule of thumb is if my hand was a coil, you know how the long side there, then the width side here, the width of the coil, not the width, but the length of the coil is about, give or take, rule of thumb, the depth that you're going to get out of that machine for a coin size object. So with me having those 9.5 by 5 coils on them, they're going to be limited on the depth. Now the Score, the Simplex, all those, they come with a bigger coil when you buy them. And if you buy the Pro Pack, you get the smaller coils in certain circumstances, depending on which one you're buying. So you get the bigger coil, so you're going to get a little more depth out of them. So 6 inches, it picked up all 3 of those units, picked up all 3 of those coins at 6 inches deep. Does that not make you feel good that you can actually find silver with any of those 3 machines? So it's this time of year, end of the year 2024. People are starting to think about buying a detector, or tax money coming up, come the beginning of the year if you're in the US and doing the taxes and get a tax return. And you might have a bonus money, you might want to buy another metal detector. You choose which one you like better. I'll tell you what I like. I like all 3 of them, honestly. But my favorite detector of the 3 right now is the Legend. And it's just because I've used it more. I've used that machine more than I have the other two, because they came out after the Legend did, and I started using the Legend in 2021. So I've been using it for a while. I know that machine well. I love the Faro check. I told you about that. I went gold hunting with that machine because you can find gold with that detector as well, and you can find gold with all three of them. I actually know a buddy that found a gold nugget in Georgia in a river with the triple score. So I'm not saying that you have to have a Legend to find gold. That's not necessary. But what I'm telling you is all three of those detectors are great machines, and you've seen the performance of how well they do with a 6-inch object, a 6-inch coin, silver coin at that. So you make your decision which one you like best. And if you're in the market for any of these three and you have more questions, please reach out to me. Throw something in the comments, send me an email. I can help you as much as I can. I am a nomad for NOKTA, so I represent NOKTA here in the U.S. along with a few others here in the U.S. But I just try to do what I can to help you guys, okay? To let you see these things perform, because some of you y'all haven't bought one yet, but you're thinking about it. So you want to know which one's best. So I'm not going to say which one's best. I'm just going to say which one I like the best. Which one I like the best is the Legend. But anyway, I have rambled on way too long. You got to see the performance. You make the call. Well, I'm out of here, guys. Hope you have a good day. God bless. We'll see you next time.